myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu: The Nightmare Society. We're all being super cash tonight, because who wants to get dressed? Some announcements before we begin. Starting next Thursday. No, that's not right at all. Yes, next Thursday. Why did I say 2 weeks? Next Thursday is the start of our run-through of Rime of the Frostbane, the new D&D module coming out. Everything is falling into place for that. It'll be 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently, we're on a season break for Soldiers of the Lich Queen. We'll be back in November with that. But if you're missing our pretty little faces, you can watch on our YouTube channel now, because it's on VOD now. Our first part of our run-through of Mage's Tower being DM'd by Kirkland down there somewhere in the overlay.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We all dressed up for that too, and it was great.
That's so cute.
It was so much fun. Come listen to me do a terrible voice and everyone else do amazing. So that, you can watch that on YouTube. Really no announcements other than those. Realistically. Working on stuff for Extra Life in November, but that is still being ironed out. But we last left off everybody in Call of Cthulhu having a wonderful time. Everybody got out of the farmland safely. No one had a terrible experience unless your name is Jonathan Ladke, who was decapitated and sucked into a mirror dimension of sorts.
And it was like weirdly sexual.
It was. Weirdly sexual. Killed by Spring-Heeled Jack, who... I don't fucking remember what happened. Anything. You know?
We just vibed. We just became friends, and
Yeah.
he was like, "You know what?
We
Sorry
became
for
best
killing
friends.
your homie."
He was like, I'm not gonna come back and kill you. You did not make an enemy of
That's
a
right.
demon.
You guys passed the
And-
bong around.
We did.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. We didn't find out that our client was a gross old serial killer. He was actually just like a nice guy. Great house, super clean.
Poisoning
So
mice
clean.
and...
Yeah, definitely no cockroaches in the sugar, or cyanide in the tea.
No,
But,
no bodies in that basement.
nope.
Mm.
You guys had a wonderful time in the countryside. Found out that the monster that was tormenting you all was Spring-Heeled Jack.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And Spring-Heeled Jack was dealt with, I think.
Yes, he was.
But
He was.
you all
We fucked him right up.
collected
Yeah,
a
we did.
mirror.
It was pretty cool.
You collected the mirror that pulled Jonathan Ladke into it after he died. And that is just all in your possessions now. A creepy, soul-sucking mirror. And you all returned to your base of operations in London, England, on the Upper Thames Street, to prepare for your next case, which is to go on a wedding cruise on a luxury liner from London to Ireland. Lots of fun, luxury liners are, and this totally won't reflect what happened to the Titanic. But Jonathan Ladke did die, unfortunately. Who called it? And you all put an ad to hire a new individual into the Nightmare Society. Who knows what the ad said, but it did attract numerous people. Most of them were pushed away at
Useless.
the door, useless,
Lot of cranks.
not neglected, but just, these people don't suit it. And as you're all kind of doing your own thing in the office, what would you say the three of you are doing right now in the office? We'll go with Marcel first.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is probably just making a little coffee on the stove. You know, they either like a French press or one of those stovetop espresso machines. And I'm just like, making myself a cup of coffee, and then I take another mug out from the cupboard and like start pouring coffee and like, Lugosi doesn't want to stay on my wall. Being a real dick today. And then I'm just like pouring the coffee and sort of realize, right, Ladke is dead. And I just like put the half-filled cup in front of the mirror and just sort of stare into the middle distance for a while.
Okay. Florence, what are you doing at the office?
Oh, I'm just reading some books, trying to catch up on my Latin a little bit. Having a cup of tea.
I did not make that.
Is it poison tea?
It is not poison tea because I am drinking. Probably just like telling the captain to breathe quieter every couple of minutes.
Makes sense. All right. What about Captain John Byrne? What are you up to in the
The
office?
captain probably has a book and his pipe and a large drink on the sofa in front of the fireplace.
Okay.
And every time Florence says something about his breathing, he takes in a couple extra loud, mouthy, very loud inhales just to kind of bug her before he goes back to smoking on his pipe.
Okay. And just for the sake of everything and everyone at home, what have you all done with Jonathan's office?
We haven't touched it.
No, I do not think it has been touched.
It hasn't been disturbed in the slightest yet.
Well, his personal effects, the captain would have gotten his personal effects,
Okay.
sent them to their his family.
Okay.
If he had a small dark room set up, I think perhaps Marcel would have tried to like develop any of the film left over from the case, but
Yeah, you definitely could have done that.
oh, cool.
And where is this mirror exactly?
The mirror is, I'm just looking at the office floor plan. Honestly, probably just like hanging up above the bar.
Okay. Okay. And for as long as you all have like been at the office post the death of Mr. Ladke, you swear you've heard footsteps and people walking around in the office that aren't there. Like when you've been like alone, doing your own thing, you swear you've heard doors open and close and footsteps on the wooden floors. And no, there's no one else really in there except for the three of you. But you swear there might be somebody else at times when you're alone, especially. And there's been times where stuff around the office has moved and not been in the same place where you left it. Specifically, you, Marcel, having just left that cup of coffee in front of the mirror. That cup of coffee is no longer there.
I mean, yeah, our office is haunted. Like, this is
The
like not the
captain
weirdest
definitely
thing.
What's
The
that?
captain does not trust that mirror, and he tries to stay as far away from it as possible whenever.
Okay. Out of the three of you, who do you think spends the most time with this mirror?
I mean, probably
Not me.
Marcel. I think he's probably kind of like curious about it.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not going to spend time with it until I have more books about it.
Okay. Does Florence spend any time in her secret office that no one else knows about?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know about it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's really just secret to the public.
Yeah.
Okay. And what goes on in that little secret office?
She keeps some hidden little gems in there, some various forms of poison in case she needs to poison someone on the sly. But it's honestly mostly just where she goes to like be by herself and like do her paperwork and whatnot.
Okay. All right. So it's nearing the end of the second week that Jonathan's been passed. You do all get a letter in the mail, in the post, as they would say, thanking you all for the return of his belongings. And attached in the envelope is $100
Ooh.
to split amongst the three of you, which doesn't make sense actually.
I think
yeah.
Me and the captain will just pocket 50.
Florence doesn't need any more money.
All right, so you both. So yeah, all right. So Florence and John, you both get $50. Or Marcel and John get $50. Yeah, Florence doesn't need any more money.
Sick.
And also attached in the envelope is a picture of Jonathan.
Aw.
Very nice.
And as you're all kind of poring over this envelope, there's a knock at the door. And today is the last interview you have scheduled to fill the position.
I will. I have to tell you, I'm not optimistic, but I will let them in.
So you
Yes, please do.
all right. So you open the door to the office and
Yeah, I'm like,
describe the office for the people at home, because I think this is the first time actually they're spending time in the office.
yeah.
It's a nice, well, it's not really super nice, but it's an office on the Upper Thames Street of London, England. So it's right off the Thames. So it's a common time. It's common time? Jesus. It's common to smell the smell of the Thames. A lot of fish smell and boat traffic going down the Thames. A lot of smoke from these coal-burning vessels. The office is relatively large. It's about 70 square. It's about 70 feet. Square feet, not square feet. That's really small. But it's like 70 feet in every direction. So it's generally big. In the middle of the main meeting room is a huge table with a sofa, fireplace, and actually a bar and bookcases, windows kind of overlooking the Thames Street and the river itself. There are 4 offices, a hidden office that's closed to the public, a bathroom, and a rather small kitchen. There's a reception room, a waiting room, and it just looks like what you'd expect. A kind of dingy, stale kind of smelling office. Smells of like alcohol and tobacco, and there's a sweet smell. It's like a sweet tinge of a sweet smell, but nobody really knows what it is except for Florence. Like an almondy kind of smell.
I mean, I can guess. I'm not stupid.
But you open the door and you see this female in her late 20s standing before you. And Steve, if you'd like to describe your new character.
Okay, so yeah, you do see a woman. For a second, like just after opening the door, for a second, just by the shorter hair and the more masculine dress, you think for a second it's maybe a young man. But then some of the finer features kind of catch your eye, and you know when she speaks, obviously in a higher pitch, she goes, "Yes, pardon me. I do believe I have the 11:30 appointment." And she's in kind of like a nice, kind of a felt suit, a nice bow tie on. Looks very proper.
Would you have given us our, like, I guess we would have been in contact somehow, right? So we'd have your name and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Which is, what is your last name?
Hadley. Elizabeth Hadley, at your service.
For my notes, thank you. Mademoiselle Hadley, please make yourself comfortable anywhere, and we will begin the interview.
Merci. And she will kind of go over to the sofa, looking around.
You see an older sailor sitting on the sofa smoking a pipe.
The captain is gonna look her over and then turn back to his book.
I'm just sitting at the main meeting table, and she's like, "Oh, Captain, do you think you could get her a cup of tea, please?" Captain, hello.
He shuts his book. Very well. Although you should be telling Marcel to do that, shouldn't you?
Oh, but he makes such horrible tea.
I
As
do
he
not.
gets up.
It's hot leaf juice. I do not understand how you could fuck this up. It's just hot leaf juice.
The French.
And
Hello, Miss Hadley it was.
Pointed sip of
Yes.
coffee.
Please, take a seat.
Is it French roast?
mm,
Think I shall, and she'll, kind of cross-legged, get comfortable on the sofa.
Yeah, Florence is in like full prim and proper and has been like every time she does an interview. And then as soon as the interview's over, she'll like immediately start like, But while the interview's going on, she's very like prim and proper and very much the
Yeah, and Marcel just kind of like stands
Okay.
behind her, like with his little like cane just in front of him, just like, watching.
Okay.
I think she also bought like a pair of glasses, not that she needs them, so they're just like see-through glass, but she felt like it made her look smarter and like would be respected more while she was like doing interviews and stuff, so she just has them like kind of like perched on the end of her nose. So tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, I've been born and raised here in London. I do run my family's medical practice. Family's been in the business of being physicians for quite some time now, though times have been slightly harder. Seems to be something of a fresh start, let's put it that way. The ad did say medical experience preferred. I am a doctor of medicine.
That is true. We are looking for the more medically trained. I myself only learned a little bit of first aid for the war, of course. But yes, we do often find ourselves in what was it you said the other day, Marcel? Mortal danger at an alarming rate.
I believe I said we're constantly in an alarming amount of mortal danger.
that may not be a
Yes.
good thing to tell the new interviewee.
I believe she should know what she's signing up for.
Yes, and believe me, I am no stranger to mortal danger.
Yeah, that was my next question. So, this is good to know.
And how easily spooked are you?
So, could you repeat that?
Spooked. How spooked do you get, Miss Hadley?
Considering I make my living by opening men up and laying their still wiggling insides out on the surgery table, I would say I have a rather strong constitution for the disturbing.
And what about the occult?
I fear I've had very little experience with the occult. My practice is first and foremost science, biology. The dealings of witches and warlocks are not particularly high on my list of priorities.
Well,
I don't think we have ever met a warlock.
yeah, I don't think we have. I don't think it's come up yet.
No,
It might though. It just might.
it might. Well,
Captain walks over with a proper cup of tea. Maybe a little
Juice.
weak for an English person, but
Thank you, Captain.
Have I heard of the Hadley's physician practice with all of my London connections?
You probably would have, and you'd probably know that she is telling the truth of her family has been in medicine for quite a while, but recently her family has, how to put this lightly, been suspected of some rather shady dealings.
Love it.
yeah. Huge fan.
Now I have heard some rumors about your practice. Though they really don't seem like they're any of our business, I don't think. Keep your work home life separate and all that.
Your discretion is most appreciated.
Now, if you are the successful candidate, you will get your own office. However, it was the office of a man who is now dead. And so you will have to do all the rearranging yourself, I believe.
I have worked in a morgue before. I think I know the drill.
I mean, he's not there right now.
That certainly helps.
Glances like nervously over at the mirror.
Okay.
Now, we do have an investigation coming up, just to a little cruise. For the life of me, I don't have my notes in front of me. I don't remember really what they wanted. It was just that it was a cruise.
Yes, a young couple of substantial means. They are to be wed on the Marie Antoinette, and they have reason to believe the ship is haunted.
Yes, ghosts. I had forgotten we were doing ghosts. How lovely.
We are doing ghosts now.
Will you be
Lovely
available?
things.
I believe my schedule will permit such a voyage.
And then, just one more thing. I do need you to just sign this piece of paper here, just saying, if you die a really gruesome, grisly death, the company won't be held responsible.
Usually they put that in the fine print, but fair enough.
We prefer to be upfront about such things.
We're not really a fine print group.
No.
Fair enough. Very, kind of gracefully makes her mark. So there we go. I believe that makes everything in order.
All right, lovely. Honestly, you're the only person who responded to the ad who did actually have any medical experience. So, if you want, the job is yours. You can take over your office whenever you'd like. If you need anything, ask Marcel. If you need money for any
Personal
tools or anything you
expenses.
need to pick up, yes. Just go through Marcel. He kind of runs everything.
And bring me the receipts, and I will keep track of everything.
Fair enough. I do have my own means, but should expenses become more than I can bear, I will let you know. I do have some things to sort over at my practice, but I will keep in touch. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Oh, well, so excited to have you, Miss Hadley.
Very excited. Now, you said you were a doctor with a regular practice, right?
So,
Well, I
yes.
have this bit of sciatica.
I'm afraid my chiropractic is a little rusty. Maybe we should to invest in some lumbar support, perhaps do some stretches in the morning to limber up the muscles of the lower back.
Or I could just kick him in the ass.
Somehow I don't think that would quite be advantageous.
Not for him.
You get used to him.
Full
Well, sometimes you can't tell with the way he likes to keep his hands clean.
Fair enough.
That's another thing, actually. If you're looking for a little bit of a manicure, Marcel takes care of cuticles. Just look at these. Oh, absolutely marvelously.
I tend to keep my nails rather short and to the quick. All the better for when you're rooting around and someone trying to fish out a bullet, you understand?
Oh, I am just so excited that I no longer have to be the one to play in people's entrails. Remember when I almost killed the captain? Oh.
That would have been funny.
You said you would.
One of these days.
Any second now.
As you're all talking, the door to Ladke's office just...
That one's your office.
Mm.
I somewhat gathered.
These old buildings.
Captain is gonna go
They
over and
creak.
just open it all the way, and then kind of glare at the mirror like he's telling it to behave.
Okay.
Fair enough. But I'm guessing you don't have electric doors, do you?
No. Maybe
Oh,
several ghosts. Who's
But
to
only
say?
several. Who's to say, really?
Who can tell?
There's gonna be some
Metaphysical
weird
question.
stuff happening around. You best get used to it now.
well, if there's one city that seems to be the most haunted in Europe, it would likely be London.
I've
Fair
heard good
enough.
things about Glasgow. In terms of
Gla-
ghosts per capita.
Glasgow
Is
is
it?
certainly
We should-
up there,
Oh, yes.
as I hear.
So, you are willing to consider taking on the case of the haunted cruise ship with us? Providing medical support. Do you have any other more unorthodox skills?
Well, some interpersonal skills. As you know, a doctor does require some bedside manner.
Not the ones I have met, but good for you.
Yes, I've dealt with those, believe me.
Mm.
As this is the posting for a job concerning the occult, I am versed in the language of Latin.
Oh, that's helpful. My Latin's really rusty.
I never paid attention in church.
You
As
all,
in, as she say, she means she can't speak it at all.
you all still have that handout, by the way. I deleted off a Roll20 by accident, but you still have that ritual
Oof.
that's written in Latin.
Perhaps you are saying you are well versed in Latin, but you
Yeah.
know, we did meet someone who was applying for the position. He claimed to be psychic, and he could not guess what number I was thinking of.
It was really
Ah, yes, the
embarrassing.
charlatans.
Mm.
Yes, my
Um,
mother used to be enamored with those
Oh,
until they drained her funds.
and now the hard times. Well, perhaps a captain, mademoiselle. Perhaps a test is in order. We should maybe have some Latin text translated for us.
Yes, that sounds lovely. If you go to the library, pick out any Latin book, just give us a chapter of it, I believe, would suffice.
Oh, I was just gonna go and like grab that handout.
Nope. Nope, you will not, Marcel. Thank you.
We don't have. Do we have any Latin books?
I'm glad we're having the same brainwave here.
You wouldn't, because no one speaks Latin.
Yeah.
So, just whenever you want to turn that in, it's fine.
Shall I come with a pre-translated copy of the Aeneid?
Sounds lovely.
Fair enough.
As you are all talking, though, something does fall out of the bookshelf and land on the floor. It's just a piece of paper.
Captain is going to hurry over and pick it up.
It's the summoning ritual for Spring Heel Jack, the one that was written in Latin. But he's dead now.
Mm.
Oh, his host.
Somehow I don't really believe that. Oh, a page has fallen out of the shelf. How normal.
He's just gonna fold it up and put it in his pocket. Like, we are not having her summon the fucking And then he's going to pick out a book that looks sufficiently Latin-y.
There isn't any Latin books.
There is no Latin.
Because no one speaks Latin except for Elizabeth.
You know what? Why don't I just? I'll be back in about an hour. I'll grab something from my office, and she'll.
I personally, I believe you.
I also believe you.
I don't know what these two are doing.
I mean, it's no trouble at all. I've read the Aeneid quite a few times in both the translated and the native Latin. So
Perhaps we will test your Latin out in the field.
fair enough.
That'd probably be a better thing to do.
So no one wants my terrible Latin translation?
Oh,
No one trusts
so
it.
badly. I want to know what that says so badly. Oh, you two are no fun.
You know, strike.
We can't afford to have Spring Heel Jack accidentally summoned in our fucking office.
We are
It wouldn't
already.
be like, hey, chant this chant. It'd be like, hey, transcribe this passage.
We are already having problems.
I've
with
seen
this
Evil
mirror.
Dead,
Mm-hmm. You just have
and
to,
I know
have to say
you
it.
probably also have.
You just have to say it.
Well,
All right.
yeah, I know, and I know you've seen Evil Dead. So
Oh,
I'm single.
so good.
I also will stand the remake forever.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a blood rain.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Speaking of Blood Rain,
Hmm.
so you guys wrap up the interview with Elizabeth. What is everybody going to do around London for this week you have before you have to board the Marie Antoinette? There's shops, there's bars,
Yeah.
pubs.
I'm going to find the captain and just be like, "Oh, Captain, any word on the special interest item I had you looking into?"
I think if we head down to the harbor, we might be able to find out a little more. I meant to find out some information about the Marie Antoinette anyway. I gotta talk to my old friend.
Oh, how lovely. We'll make a little day of it. I'll have myself pack a lunch.
If you're
Are we
May
going around
degrees.
lunchtime? Or is it like at nighttime?
Oh, we can always find food out there. There's plenty of places to eat.
Alright, perhaps I'm just getting a little overexcited.
We can make an afternoon of it for sure, if you would like, Princess.
Ugh,
There might be some good gossip in the sailor bars around there too.
yes. Oh, does that mean I get to go into cover? Hello, y'all! It's June!
Yes.
June Cobbler!
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle.
Remember me? June Cobbler!
Mademoiselle, I must request that you just you are here, and you should be like here.
Alright, so I guess I would just take off a couple things of jewelry then.
All of the jewelry, yes. Leave
All
it
of
in
it.
some kind of strong box or something. You can do the accent if you want, but
I just know how I miss being June Cobbler.
lasted for all of like 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's a
Evan
session,
just
that's a
isn't
session
saying
zero
anything.
reference, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Marcel, like, if he has like 2 weeks off, or is it 1 week?
It's at this point it's about a week, yeah.
Cool. He would want to like just start chatting with the servants and try to find like people who work for the couple that are getting married and people who know that, and just try to get kind of like a lay of the land and figure out like who are these people and like has anything weird happened to them recently?
Okay.
Do they have any shady connections?
Okay.
And also probably just spend a lot of time like going to the cinema,
Okay.
watching like weird German movies, probably going out to bars. I don't know,
Um,
maybe seeing Elizabeth at like some of the same bars.
The you learn that the couple
Yeah.
nothing's weird. Nothing weird has happened to them.
Weird.
Nothing weird tied to them whatsoever.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, completely normal and everything.
There's no like hot juicy gossip from them servants.
They had a. She was pregnant, but the child died.
It's not juicy. That's just sad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, to kind of cheer everyone up, they decided to get married. They have like this kind of extravagant wedding, to be a distraction.
But no one is like, ooh, really weird that y'all had a child out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. You go to some of the pubs. Yeah, you do pub stuff. What are you doing at these pubs?
I mean, I don't know. It's like June, Cobbler, and the
Hello,
captain
y'all.
coming with me.
It's June Cobbler. I'll take a pint.
I mean, I feel like your fact-finding mission at the docks might be more fruitful. That might be more important.
I was just thinking of introducing you as my niece, but alrighty then.
I can talk like you.
Alright, what you want for a drink?
Uncanny. I cannot tell who is who.
I've been practicing. I really have been.
What you want for a drink?
Oh, nothing from here, thank you. Ew.
Oh, what the fuck's that supposed to mean?
I will have a pint of bitter, if it's all right with you.
How about... Well, we got gin, wine, beer, whiskey, Coca-Cola. A cocktail you might like.
It would... One beer.
What kind? Got stout?
I said pint of bitter, and you said, what's that?
What?
Pint of...
Give him 2 pints of stout. I'll have an ale
Merci.
for me.
Mon capitaine.
Pours 2 pints and says, oh, that'll be 20 cents each, so 40 cents.
That seems
Cap-
really cheap.
The captain will
It's the
toss him the
20s.
money.
Yes, 20s.
Yeah.
40 cents!
Captain will toss him $1, keep the change.
Oh, thank you. You take the mouthy ones out when they're done, and starts pouring more drinks for everybody, and like canning drinks out to other people, taking other customers' orders, and just giving, like the entire time, giving Florence like the dirtiest looks ever for like basically saying ew.
This place is gross.
You ain't much to look at either.
That is...
We
Oh,
both know that's
right,
not
all
correct.
right.
We
It's
both
a
know
break.
you're just trying to hit below the belt because you're a little hurt by my words. But that's okay.
Mademoiselle, let us simply...
For the first time, probably in her life, Byrne's hand is going to come up behind her head and cuff her over the back of the head. I told you to behave, you little girl. You know you gotta.
Fuck. What the
If you're gonna be, if I'm gonna be having family in here, you gotta behave.
Right. I'm so sorry, sir.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now let's find us a spot to drink this. Then he's gonna find the open. He's gonna find an open table against a wall somewhere.
Okay, there's numerous. This is not exactly a packed establishment.
So, Who are we meeting here, Captain? One of your contacts?
Well, I'm hoping that we can scout out, maybe see if there's a few people to talk to, but you never know who's going to show up in a place like this.
Well, I'll be fucking damned. Mr. Byrne.
Like I said,
You see
and
this-
he's going to push the second stout over.
You see this drunk off his ass sailor wander over and sit down. Oh, how you be doing, everyone? Oh, who's this pretty little one?
She's my niece. Hands off, boy.
Oh, no, that's no.
There's plenty of, you know where the other wharf women are. Let's
Oh.
keep it cool, her.
All right, well, hello, my name's Reginald.
Lovely to
Sir.
meet you, Reginald.
Reginald.
Served with me back in the Merchant Marines back in 17, crossing the Atlantic.
That's right, that's how I got shot in the ass. So,
Them Germans, they have a real bad sense of humor sometimes.
what are y'all
So-
doing in a place like this?
We're looking for information on the Marie Antoinette.
Why would you be looking for Why would you be looking for information on that? Why would you be looking for information on that vessel?
Slips them a fiver. Interest. You know, random interest.
Well, what would you all be wanting interest in? None of you look like you can afford a trip on the Marie Antoinette.
We've
Maybe I should
already
afford my
got,
tutoring.
our way paid, my friend.
Oh,
I
you
just
want-
want to know a bit of history about the
you-
ship.
You must have friends in high places. All I really know, it's kind of talk amongst the sailors here. Surprised you haven't heard, John. You must not be a good sailor anymore.
I've been a little
That
more
was
locked on land than I've
Savage.
usually
I
been.
heard-
That was devastating. That was so mean.
Well, it's true.
Yes. No, I know. I mean, best.
I heard that
Writing that down for later.
the person who built it had everyone who kind of like contributed to building it actually had a terrible accident. Kind of
Are
like
we talking an albatross here?
why the fuck would I be talking
It's
about a
bad luck
bird?
to kill a seabird.
Yeah, so you know they all kind of just died when after it was done. Not good either. Like some of them were poisoned. One got
Yeah.
stabbed in a bar, much like this one. I
What poison was it?
don't fucking know. Belladonna or something.
Oh, that's delicious, isn't it?
I know. I'm not fuck keen on drinking poison, but yeah. Anyone who's sort of like, and then there's the whole like rumor that anyone who steps foot on the ship is doomed to die. So a lot of sailors kind of just stay away from it. You know, us sailors, we really like our myths and
Superstitions.
Yeah.
So the ship has a curse.
That's what some people say.
Well, but why?
I
You
don't know.
I mean, like, did they make the boat out of like a sacred tree from an ancient druid grove?
I think
or-
I think you're asking the wrong person for too much information here.
Bah.
No, I think where do they make it from? Metal and wood and stuff how you make cruise liners.
A sacred druid grove.
All right, Reggie. Well, the other reason we're here is if you can tell us if Slippery Sly is here. We have a few items I'm supposed to be picking up from him.
Of course, Slippery Sly's here. He's always here.
What a name. What a guy.
What an absolute unit.
He's upstairs in his bedroom right now. He's with a lady right now. So
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've barged in on Sly. All right, thank you very much, Reginald. You've been an excellent help as usual.
no problem. Just be careful if you find yourself on the Marie Antoinette.
Oof.
Will do, my friend, will do.
All I've heard really is it's haunted and stuff like that, but
Mm.
we sailors
what
love our
ship
ghost
isn't?
stories. Exactly. What ship isn't haunted?
Oh, the best ships got the best spirits.
Oh, one of the people who died was found drained of all their blood, though.
Oh,
A chupacabra.
What's a chupacabra?
drained of all of the blood.
Yeah. One was one was decapitated.
Oh,
Funny. It's kind of ironic because of the name of the ship. Yeah, one was decapitated. One was poisoned, stabbed, bled dry.
It's been a series of disasters, one way after
a
the
laundry list of bad deaths. Eh.
Well, it's good to meet you all.
All right, Reggie.
Have a wonderful time. Don't drink the beer. I saw the bartender, and he walks away. Yeah, he didn't touch his stout. He just walks away.
You think the bartender poisoned the beer because I was kind of a bitch?
No,
Maybe.
he probably spit in it. And he's just gonna take a big swig of his.
There's definitely spit in it.
Claps the captain on the back and like cheerses.
It's not the worst beer he's ever had.
It's not the first time Marcel would have another man spit in his mouth, is it?
Hopefully not the last. No.
Shh. This ain't the place for that, boss.
Well, the three of you are hanging out at this pub.
Marcel like looks at the captain, like dead eye contact, and is like, I could probably handle anyone in here, and it would be easy.
Yeah, but it's easier not to.
Speaking of handling people, what is Elizabeth up to right now? It's been a week since your
What's she
interview,
doing with
so
her practice?
She's begun the process of, kind of closing things down, making it clear that she won't be available for house calls, late night visits for a while.
sure, but there's a knock on the door as you're closing up.
Why am I not surprised? It's like, we're closed.
Oh, I got this. I just got a thing on my penis.
Is it life-threatening?
I don't know. It's scary. It's leaking pus or something.
It's like a giant leech.
He just
Rub
had
some-
his first orgasm of his life, and he's like, something
Rub
came
some-
out.
Rub some baking soda on it, you'll be fine.
No, I was with the lady of the night, and something ruptured, and it won't stop leaking. It's very painful.
Fine.
Okay,
Sure.
so put a leech on it.
Here's some cocaine. Have a good day.
Have a Coke and go.
You got ghosts in your blood. Do some cocaine about it.
Okay.
Take some cocaine and call me in the morning.
Yeah, she'll open the door.
The he's wearing like a dirty white shirt. He's wearing a pair of pants, like kind of light brown trousers, and there's a huge blood stain like on the front. He's like, lady of the night, something happened when we were making sweet love, and I haven't stopped bleeding.
Yes, I don't need to know the
Vampires.
backstory. Just get on the exam table.
He drops his trousers and gets on the table.
Okay.
It's not. It's a wound. He's been shot in the penis.
Probably deserved it.
And the bullet went right through the tip. So it's obliterated.
Well,
And it's Bela Lugosi!
Yeah.
No. He's
Well, I
like,
thought it was vampires before he said he got shot in the dick.
he's like, can you do anything about it? It hasn't stopped hurting. I think my gun went off, and you see there's a revolver in his pants.
right, yes. Let's stop the bleeding first. He has a towel. You may need to bite down on it.
I mean, talk about blowing your load.
Okay, he's like, okay. Goes silent, eyes roll into the back of his head.
Way to go, Quinn. You killed the patient.
We're not there.
No regrets. Are we like walking down the street at this
She'll
point?
kind of like,
No pulse. There's blood all over.
I am very powerful. It's true.
I mean, she'll like check pulse.
Yeah,
You know,
there isn't one.
of course. Kind of.
But
Why?
why are the genitals moving on their own?
That's a great question.
A great question
And-
indeed.
And you hear a weird, like, wet gnawing noise.
Accept a job at an occult agency, and of course, this is the first patient I
And
get.
there's something crawling out of the remains of the penis. Of the penis.
Why?
And it's a
Giant leech.
rat.
Vampire. Shape-shifting vampire.
And it pulls itself, like, it crawls out of the flesh, as it were.
I want to
Will it
die.
speak in a human voice and
It
tell you
better
when
not.
you're gonna die?
And leaps
Yeah.
off the table and scurries under the door.
If I weren't mostly employed by criminals, I could probably write a paper about that.
Yes, you could. And the body sits upright. Kind of like eyes are completely glazed over at this point, just dead. Turns its head to look at you very slowly. Smiles. And you blink and you see an image of something behind your eyes as you blink, and it's that same mirror you saw those other three looking at in their office. And then when your eyes open, the figure is gone off the table. There's no blood anywhere.
Well, 10-year server chip. Where did I put the gin?
There's a penis floating. No. No.
Yeah, she'll like lock like every single lock she has on the door. She'll wear on. Just pours up a tiny thing of gin. Just go. Great. This will surely bring honor to my. It came out of this penis. What in all things holy?
At the bar, the captain turns to Marcel. Remind me to get an exorcist for that mirror at some point.
What I was thinking of is that we find like some way to get holy water blessed by a priest. We fill like a fish tank with holy water, drop the mirror in it, encase the whole thing in lead, drop it into the bottom of the ocean while we are on the stupid cursed boat.
That actually sounds like an excellent idea to me.
Yeah. I just thought of like, what is the stupidest thing we can do? And I was like, keep looking at it. Keep forgetting that Ladke is dead. That's not normal.
But Elizabeth, what do you do
Yes.
for the rest of your week after dealing with said patient?
Yeah,
Air
patient.
quotes.
Aside from locking everything up, she's also going to prepare some nausea medicine.
Mhm.
And just, a couple easy remedies for, because I mean, cruise ships are kind of notorious for being soups of infection. So, anything
Thematic.
Yeah, exactly. Even down to like some vitamin C doses.
Okay.
Yes, just along with her normal doctor's kit.
Okay.
And she'll the day before she'll lock everything up, probably even boarded up a few windows. Left, look right, and head straight home.
Okay. The other three, you're still in this pub. Are you looking for Slippery, whatever his name was? Sly Slip? Was Slippy Slip?
Slippery Sly.
Slippery Sly.
Slippery Sly.
Okay. You were told he was upstairs with a lady.
Mon capitaine, would you like to perform the coitus interruptus?
It's been a while since I've been able to get a drop on Sly. I'd enjoy that very much.
Bang! Sound of a gunshot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ziff.
Captain is running upstairs.
You hear someone screaming behind a closed door.
I will follow, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hang out by
Florence,
myself here.
mademoiselle.
They don't like me here. I was very rude. I'm going to follow the two men I'm with.
Okay. So yeah, you get upstairs, the door is closed, and you hear the sound of breaking glass. And yeah, continuous screaming, just, oh my god! Oh, fuck!
Is it his penis?
Door's closed.
Byrne is gonna bang on the door. Sly, get out here.
It's fucking open!
He's gonna push the door open.
Sly's sitting by the window, clutching, he's not wearing any pants, and he's clutching his lower half, and laying on the floor is the head of a penis. And there's a gun lying on the floor as well, and there's blood everywhere, and the window behind him has been broken. He's like, oh, what the fuck?
You really picked him this time, didn't you? Please tell me she didn't actually shoot you.
She fucking took my money, shot me, and fuck, out the window. Oh.
You're lucky
Interesting business model.
Yeah. Now,
a...
are we on the
Byrne is
second
gonna-
floor?
Second floor, yeah.
Byrne is... Sorry,
She
go
jumped
ahead.
out she jumped out the second floor window?
That's what it looked like.
Oh,
And he just passes out.
Oh, crap. Alright.
perhaps
We
one of
need-
you can tend to the member, and I'm just gonna stick my little head out the window and see what I can see.
Just people milling around the street.
Byrne
No,
is gonna
like-
drag... Sorry, go ahead.
There's nothing?
No.
Almost like she flew away like a fucking vampire?
I don't know.
Ah! Cool.
No, there's blood where the window was broken, and you can kind of see
Okay,
a little
okay,
trail
okay.
of blood going down to the street. Down the wall and to the street, and there's a little, there's a trail.
You're
There's blood
fucking-
going down the wall.
He really knows how to pick him. Alright, get him into the bed. Get the pillow.
Lifts up Slippery Sly into bed.
Okay.
Gets a little plastic
Yeah.
baggie
You're just bleeding. There
for the
is
head
no,
of his penis.
no
Can
plastic
I-
baggies.
What plastic baggie?
No plastic baggies.
Is there any way I can do some quick medical to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, can I rip a bed sheet and make a little turkey-net for his penis?
Yeah, who has the higher medicine skill?
Not me.
Neither of us.
Who has the highest of the two of you, though?
My
What's
medicine
yours?
skill is very bad. It's
Mine's a
one.
1.
Mine's a
Yeah, it's
It's Florence.
It is Florence with a
What was that?
21.
Is Florence gonna do it then? You see them trying to put a blanket around this blown apart penis.
Is he your smuggler friend?
Yeah, he's the one who's got your stuff. You might
Oh,
want to give us a
Bloody
hand.
hell! All right.
And you can see on a nearby table is all of Slippery Sly's belongings. Like a briefcase,
I will-
like a traveling canvas bag, a big old like blue woolen pea coat, sailor hat, big old corncob pipe.
Do you want medicine or first aid?
For this one, I will take medicine.
Okay.
And because
Yeah,
there's because there's like the other two like are trying to help, roll me 2 D100s and take the better result.
All right.
I mean, I'm whipping up a bed sheet. I'm making a little penis tourniquet.
But because this is not happening during a case, don't worry about checking it off. Cause
Oh, bummer.
So my better of the two is 93.
I don't think
What was
that's
the other one?
I don't think that's a fumble. Fumbles are 96 depending on your thing. And what was the other one?
The other one was the 99.
That's so bad.
Well, thankfully,
oh my God.
thankfully you get to pick the better one, not the 99.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would be a fumble, and he'd probably not have a good time.
Yeah,
you can't
would
stop
just
the
break the
yeah
whole
you
thing
you
off.
can't stop the bleeding. It's just too much. It's like spurting like.
Oh my god. Oh.
And you see his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he just blood loss, dead.
Shit.
This was really not the afternoon I had envisioned when we made these plans.
Well, I'll be honest here. He probably deserved it. Is he? He's like,
He's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
completely
Oh
dead.
yeah.
all right. First thing Captain does is turn to the briefcase and start going through his stuff.
Okay.
Like, doesn't even pause.
Sure. There's some unintelligible notes in there. Just not like unintelligible. It's just like saying, seeing the tentacles again. The tentacles don't stop. They're in my sleep. They're coming for me. They're under the bed, and there is a bed in here that he's propped on.
Yeah, there is.
There's a pack of cigarettes, like a brand new pack of cigarettes, a lighter. There's a wallet with $43 in it. And there's a bloody knife in his bag, but the knife is covered in like fish scales and stuff.
Okay.
The lighter and the cigarettes he immediately tosses over to Marcel.
Marcel like takes a cigarette out of the pack, throws the lighter away, takes out like his very nice silver lighter, lights it, and just like kind of like looks at the corpse, like he's thinking about like
Marcel,
vampires.
I need a Constitution check as you smoke that cigarette.
Oh shit! Cool, fun. Okay. Yikes.
Poison.
Oh no, that's
cigarette.
really bad. I got a 71. That's a failure.
Okay. You all like look, and as Marcel like drags on this cigarette, the pupils dilate something fierce, and those cigarettes are laced with something, not poison, but you feel like you have all the energy in the world, Marcel. Like you could go for hours.
Like definitely just like you see like the pupils go like "Pew," and he's just like, this is not just tobacco.
I never said they were.
That's
Right.
a fair point.
And then he's gonna kick over the briefcase and go through it.
Oh yeah, just more notes about tentacles, drawings of tentacles,
Oh.
drawings of this man that looks like he has an octopus for a head and crawls along ceilings and walls and floors, and it's just
Hmm.
Slippery Sly saying, "I keep seeing this man in my sleep. He wants those of us who are on that ship."
Is
Troubling.
all the tentacles talk and everything? Is that starting to affect the captain?
Give me a madness check. And now I didn't know you could do this on your character sheet, but when you do your madness check, you can actually click on the bouts of madness if you fail. So give me a sanity check, and then you can click like that little die that's beside your bouts of madness,
Oh, yeah.
and it'll tell you what your
Cool.
what happens to you basically.
That's pretty fun.
So yeah, give me a sanity check. Oh, all right, that's a fail, and 92 is a fail. So give me what your bout of madness will be for a little bit. You gain a new phobia for 3 rounds. All right, so yeah, for like the next couple, like let's say for like the next minute, you're going to like have a phobia. So roll me a D100, and I'll let you know what your phobia is.
Oh boy.
And basically, you're gonna see this manifest in the room,
Oh no.
but it's not actually there. But you think it is. I gotta remember. There we go. So yeah, roll me a D100. Tell me what you got.
25.
You see these drawings of tentacles and these weird tentacled beasts and monsters, and the walls start to close in around you. Like the room is getting smaller and smaller. Like it's becoming a confined space, and you feel like you're suffocating, and like the room is going to crush you at any moment. And the walls just slowly are closing in.
The captain rushes out, pawing for his flask of water.
Okay.
Fuck.
If I may, I would like to just pack up all these notes and things.
Okay.
And like put them into Sly's suitcase and just bring them.
Okay. Just leave the dead slave.
It sounds like someone else's problem.
And he's gonna, as the captain's pacing outside the door, he's like, could someone have a look under the bed?
Mademoiselle, stay with the man. I will take a peek under the bed. Hopefully this is not more fucking tentacles. Let me look. Marcel will go look under the bed.
You look under the bed, and something scurries towards you. Just, and it's a rat.
Can I? Is it coming at me like it's going to attack?
It's
or
coming
just
at you like it's going to run past you and out the room.
I will make way for the rat.
Okay, the rat scurries out of the room.
There's nothing else like under there?
Nope.
No? Okay. Cool. A rat. That's all. Very boring, ordinary rat.
And do you 3 want to do anything else for the week?
Well, now I have to go and talk to my mother's servant about getting the rare poison I wanted. I was really excited to get to do it on my own for the first time.
Oh,
I'll have to go through my regular channels
Never
now.
mind.
Is there nothing in the briefcase?
there is one in the briefcase.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, then I don't have to do that because I got my specialty poison.
You did. It is in the briefcase.
I mean,
What poison was that?
It is the curare.
Okay.
Ferrari.
Curare.
Ooh.
I don't know how much that would have cost. So I don't really care. But yeah, you have that now. Sort of 3. Yeah, so you find Slippery Sly. No more penis. Strangely enough, that's weird. And you get your stuff. You get the poison. You steal his briefcase that had $43 in it.
I just mostly want the drawings.
Okay. And are you?
And I'm a fucking. I'm sorry, I'm a magpie. I just want to decorate the office with weird occult bullshit.
Are you keeping the cocaine-laced cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay.
Gonna save those for an emergency. But actually, can I also maybe make like a library use check or something like that, and just like see if I can learn anything about like curses
Like
or
at the office?
Like at like a library.
Yeah, sure. Give me a library check. Or whatever it's called, library use skill check.
Yeah, library use skill. Oof, 66, so that's a failure.
Nope. You spend like
That's fine.
2 days just scouring over this library, and you don't really find anything about curses. No. Not in this library, at least.
Can I also buy life vests for all of us?
Yeah. I gotta find how much those are.
Yeah, I don't know how much they are.
By the
either.
way, if only there was an academic who had library use as a skill.
I am actually really good at library use.
You could also make your own library use skill check.
I'm going to.
Okay, let me see here. You sure you don't want a 12 gauge shotgun? No?
No, we've already established that guns are like illegal and hard to get.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. I can't find a life vest. But I'll say for like that's expensive. That's a big vest. Like $2 per vest.
Okay.
Life jacket rather. So
Cool. So that's $8.
$8 total.
Neat.
Can
Yeah, 'cause I feel
I?
like also Marcel is like packing the captain
Oh,
and
wait,
also
hold on.
Florence's shit.
I might have found it here. Waterproof blanket, telescope. Why don't they have life vest?
Honestly, for a lot of my gear, I had to find old, like scanned copies of like
Yeah.
old Sears catalogs on
Hmm.
fucking Etsy.
Well, we'll just say it's that
Um,
for now.
cool.
If it changes, we'll change it if we have to.
I mean, whatever. We have a sugar mama. so
Whatever
it's okay.
works.
And anything else for that for the last couple days? Anybody?
I would also like to do a library use check through the what the fuck's my last name? Tudor, through the Tudor
Mm.
family library, for any just like to boost my general occult knowledge, essentially.
Okay, give me a
Do like a little
yeah,
research.
sure. Give me a library use check.
Uh, 46.
Okay.
I have a 60, so I succeed.
All right, and you're just like looking up things for the occult. Anything specific?
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the brain power to do that right now. So I'm hoping I can just like keep storing knowledge that way when we're on a case or something, I can just be like, hey, do I know anything about this based off of like all these library times, you know?
Okay. I'll say you spend like a good portion of the day each day just doing that, and that could come
We'll
up.
see how it helps in various cases.
Exactly.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right, John. Anything before we get to the Marie Antoinette? Mr. John Byrne.
He's gonna spend most of the time drinking, honestly.
Okay, cool.
Drinking and reading his book. He's just not looking forward to being back on the sea.
All right, and Elizabeth.
Trying to. Well, I feel like at some point she would like try and get in contact with these chuckleheads to maybe chat with what she experienced.
Okay, we'll say you guys can do that.
Yeah.
As like you meet them at the office to go to the docks, essentially. So you guys are all back at the office,
Yeah.
getting ready to go on the cruise of the Marie Antoinette, and Elizabeth arrives.
And yeah, she's looking a little pale. She's got some like traveling clothes on, kind of like a long black wool coat.
Yeah. And I think like Marcel is probably like out in the street, mailing a letter to his younger sister. So he's like sending off a letter. And like he sees like Elizabeth, he's like, Mademoiselle Hadley, you've returned.
Yes, seems I have.
Like, come in.
Thank you.
And yeah, come on back in.
Yep. So, you mentioned your office is a little haunted, correct?
More than working guesses, yes. A bit haunted.
Fair enough. It could be that I'm at the end of my rope.
That is not a great thing to hear right before the beginning of a case, but go on.
True. One of your little spooks may have followed me home. So to speak.
Pencil, notepad.
Or rather, to
Oh.
my practice.
Mademoiselle, Capitaine, Dr. Hadley is here. She thinks one of our ghosts followed her home.
Florence will like come out of a hole in the wall with just like a cup of tea and be like, "Oh, that sounds dreadful." You're taking notes, right, Marcel?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Please tell us more about it.
I intend to, as I fear you're probably the only people who may actually believe me instead of just locking me into a sanitarium for the next 20 years. This ragged man didn't look like he'd showered or bathed in quite a while. Was complaining of something rupturing below deck, which turned out to be rather true. Part of his manhood was blown off, seemingly by a gunshot.
Wait.
Brought him up on the exam table. He promptly died, at which point a rat clawed its way out of his manhood.
A rat.
Right, yes.
What did like Slippery Fly look like?
Greasy sailor, very like a pencil mustache, missing most of his teeth, slicked back brown hair, kind of balding in places and thinning, blind in the left eye, nose broken numerous times, fake, he had a prosthetic left hand that was a hook.
Oh.
Love him.
I should have described him when you saw him.
Yeah, you should have.
But that was
He's
a
got
character.
so much
That was a
going
character
on.
I didn't make, so I was on the spot.
Sorry about that.
So
It's all good, it's all
Marcel will be
good, I love
like, he was balding. He had light brown hair. It was slicked back. His nose looked like it had been broken several times. His left hand, I believe, like looks at the captain and Florence for like confirmation. Was a prosthetic. And was that the man you saw?
That depends. GM, is that?
Yeah.
It would seem so.
I bet.
Isn't that fun?
As if the situation went disturbing enough.
Is there anything else that happened? Was that it? He died?
Well, he died and then he sat back up. Glazed over, I blinked. I saw that, looks over, points mirror, that curious piece of glass kind of flashed in front of my vision, at which point he disappeared. Blood and all.
I'm telling you right now, we need to get an exorcist.
I think the thing is that we need to get an old priest, but also we do need to get like a very hot priest.
Isn't the saying a young priest?
I do not care how old he is. I just want him to be hot.
You may need some
Typical
time for searching then.
Typical Marcel.
We've all seen The Exorcist. A priest.
That's true. You need a hot old priest and a hot priest.
You need an old priest and a
You
hot
put
priest.
the daddy and father.
That aside, I did also take the liberty of preparing some medicines in case, obviously not likely to be of use to you, Captain, but for the rest of you who may experience seasickness. I have some medicines, as well as some general means to fight infection, sickness. Cruise ships, as you may know, are they're hubs of disease. They're elegant looking, wonderful to go on, and crawling with disease.
And as such, I must insist that you take this with you. And we'll just like hand her one of the life vests.
Should find
We are going
she'll-
on a haunted, cursed
You know those
ship.
are only necessary for an emergency, right?
This ship is cursed, mon capitaine.
Yes, I've been on boats before.
The captain just slings his over his shoulder.
Well, it can't be any worse than when I took a ship to the Americas.
I mean, we've heard some not fantastic tales about this ship.
Such as?
The usual death, dismemberment,
Decapitation?
decapitate. Thank you.
Drainage of all the
Decapitation.
blood.
Drained of
Poisoning.
blood? Like
Yeah.
a vampire?
I am wondering, yes, it could be.
No,
Do you think?
all the curious.
Have you been meeting with Marcel beforehand?
Likely
No, I
no,
joke,
but when you when you study abroad at Miskatonic, you do tend to pick up on some odd legends.
I have a question about vampires. Do you think they would poison the victims as like seasoning?
I feel
Like,
that
oh, I'm feeling a little belladonna-ish today. I'll just feed my victim some belladonna.
Do you think you would have your victim smoke a cigarette laced with cocaine for a little bit of zip?
cocaine.
Like a shot of espresso.
Mm.
If they wish to run
Seasonal?
naked through the streets of London, perhaps, but I don't pretend to be an expert on law of the vampire, but that seems slightly... I mean, if they're already dead, they likely don't have much of an excretory system or a nervous system to manipulate or enhance through such drug use, so honestly, it probably would just taste better in their mouths.
The captain has absolutely lost interest at this point and has started bringing people's luggage onto the ship.
We're still at our office, though.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's getting the luggage ready then to go.
Okay. The mirror's not where you left it.
We're so... I feel like we ought to do something about that.
It's lying on the sofa.
That's not where we left it at all.
Perhaps
We-
Ladke
we
just wanted to
need-
sit somewhere a bit more comfortable.
If that is Ladke, that would be great for us. But
Are you really willing to take that bet?
no. Absolutely not, no.
Alright, first thing we do when we get back from the cruise is call an exorcist then.
Or,
This-
I mean, the Thames is right there. You could just...
We don't want anyone innocent to find this, though.
No. Besides, we saw great tentacles come out of the mirror.
And maybe the mayor can swim.
Thank you for saying it. I would have felt like an idiot if I had said that maybe the mirror can swim. But yeah, maybe the mirror can swim.
Did you just call me an idiot?
No, I would have felt quite stupid if I had said such a thing, and if I had been the only one thinking it. But now that I know that you were thinking it first, I think I had a very good idea.
Okay. Good backtracking.
Yes,
That was not backtracking. That's what I meant all along.
Yes. Tentacles as in plant tendrils or octopus tentacles?
No, like fucking tentacles.
Proper tentacles.
You know them, you hate them.
You do not want to see them. You do not want to encounter them in the dark alley.
The usual.
I mean, they're slightly disturbing, although most of the ones I've seen have been in jars of formaldehyde.
You could put the mirror in formaldehyde.
You've never watched the Kraken breach the northern seas.
Not particularly. I'm rather landlocked.
There's something under out there.
You know, a couple of months ago, I would have said you were just a crazy old man.
I would have believed you.
Or a fan of Jules Verne, perhaps.
Quite a fan, actually. I got to meet him once, and he's gonna pull out an autographed edition of a Jules Verne book.
Fair enough. Why don't we get this cruise underway? Unless there's something you wish for me.
Yes, you've brought. We were instructed to dress formally.
Yes, I tend to dress formally simply as part of my job.
Don't worry, Captain. I have packed a suit for you.
You packed a suit for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was just planning on wearing my my dress uniform. But if you
It's
have
dress
something
uniform.
better, I would appreciate it.
No, that's good. We should go. Yeah.
Lovely. Hopefully nothing follows us out.
Something definitely will. You just kind of
Following
have to
yourself.
get used to
We are
it.
going onto a cursed ship full of ghosts at this point.
Yeah, what's one more?
To be fair, following us out isn't the problem. It's following us back that'll be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all
enough.
so you're all headed to the docks to board the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You grabbing anything from the office before you leave, by chance? Or just heading out?
What?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you taking anything from the office, or are you just heading out? Any poisons? Any?
Oh, yeah, I am stocking up, and I am ready.
Okay.
I've got my poisons, I've got my knife.
The captain has his handgun and his pipe and his compass
Okay.
because he forgot his compass in the last episode and it really
yeah.
drove him nuts. So he needs to have his compass.
Okay.
Got a couple flasks of liquor and a flask of fresh water and a flask of oil.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my flashlight.
All
Like
right.
I'm bringing, the old sword cane, my suits. If I think it's June, right?
Um.
No,
No.
It's September?
It's
No, it's like January.
Yeah, it's January. Because it's 3 weeks after the farm case.
Okay. For some, you know what? I think I thought it was like 3 months or something.
Nope.
Okay. Weird. Why did I write down September 13th?
Because the farmer was December. 3 weeks later.
That was yesterday. Like, we started our session on September 13th.
Oh my god, you're right. Time.
All right. Oh man. So you find yourselves at the docks. There's people getting on board. Not all of them are dressed in good suits. Time is a construct.
Yeah.
And they're getting on board. And there's someone kind of standing at the front of this like boarding platform, looking at people's tickets to see if they're genuine, and then letting people on. You do see two people try to sneak onto the ship, but this guy just kind of beats them over the head with like a stick. Not like a stick, but like a baton. Just
Yeah.
and they
Blackjack.
yeah, blackjack. And they scurry off. And then the four of you approach, and he goes, "Tickets, please."
We were not provided with tickets for.
Were we?
Like, did they
DM?
give us tickets or anything?
No.
Keeper.
No tickets. Are you on? He keeps pulls out like a book. Names.
Florence Tudor.
John Byrne. Captain
Marcel
John Byrne.
de Lombard.
All right. And you, madame?
Dr. Elizabeth Hadley.
Well, you're not on the list, but I assume you're with them, so he closes the book.
We
There-
have just one.
There was a Jonathan Ladke in here, and he closes the book. The four of you, and he gestures to the boarding platform. You can go on. Yeah.
And you?
Lovely, thank you.
Yep. See.
Watch your
Good
step.
day.
Someone fell off the boarding platform an hour ago.
And so it begins.
I mean,
As
it
he
is also
strides on.
it's also a little. I mean, it is a wet platform, slightly slippery.
Did they die?
No.
Things are looking up already, aren't they?
You all go up the platform,
Shit.
and you're standing. I will have a map of the ship. Hopefully next session. We'll see.
Ooh.
It's been hard to find maps. Floor plans
Yeah.
of like a cruise ship. I'll probably just steal the Titanic's. Um,
That's a big ship.
yeah, it's a
It is.
cruise liner, yeah. And
Cuckoo.
eventually you guys find yourselves in this massive foyer. Big old like glass chandelier, very ornate staircase. It's very, very luxury liner-esque, very Titanic-esque. And this is 1920 something. So the
Are
Titanic.
we in 1922 now?
Yes. So the Titanic
Yeah.
has already happened. I believe. Yes. It was like 19.
Yes, it has.
19.
Titanic was 1916.
So, it's a lot of people
There's
gathered.
enough boats for everyone.
They're handing out hors d'oeuvres. They're passing out hors d'oeuvres. It's like olives and other things, like liver pate with like an
Hella
olive.
deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, yeah.
Nice.
And these like it's like
I
these.
could really go for a double egg right now.
They're so
They're
good.
so good.
They're so good.
And there's like waiters and waitresses. They're kind of walking around with these hors d'oeuvres, and they walk up to you all and go, "Would you like some deviled eggs?"
Yes, thank you.
We have deviled
Yes,
eggs. We have
please.
cucumber sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cucumber sandwich, thank you.
Sniff around for any traces of poison.
All right, give me a sniff check. I don't know if that's that's not an actual skill.
Right?
Give me a.
What is that, like spot hidden?
Have a great spot hidden.
Trying to smell out a poison. Give me a medicine check.
Nice.
Okay.
The case has started now, so if you succeed on any checks,
Mm.
check marks.
Oh, sweet. 16.
You do not smell any poisons,
Nice.
but you can mark that off now. And yeah. And as you're all kind of like
I
standing in
think that
this,
would work.
as you're all sitting on this foyer, this well-dressed older gentleman with like a white beard, his tuxedo on, or captain's uniform rather, and a captain's hat, kind of walks out onto this balcony overlooking the entire foyer and says, "Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful time." There's music playing. There's like people in a corner like playing violins and stuff. Is this who all here is it the first time on a ship like this? You see like numerous hands kind of go up. All right. Has anyone here never been on a ship before? And other hands go up. All right.
Not playing his little game.
You'll get used to it. Ignore the sickness. I hope if you're going to get sick, keep it to your rooms or over the railings. I don't want to clean up after you. My staff certainly don't. Hopefully this will be a safe wedding, and you're all here for the wedding, I assume.
Oh.
You can see he's not used to talking to huge crowds like this. You get the sense he's been hired to steer this ship. Like he doesn't have experience steering luxury liners, more so smaller little boats and stuff. Does anyone know the history of Marie Antoinette? The woman the ship's named after. Anyone?
Push Florence forward.
Oh, madame.
Oh, hello.
Would you care to share your knowledge of Marie Antoinette for the rest of the people here?
Yes, we actually studied her extensively back in my prep school. I would be delighted.
And you are?
Lady Florence Tudor.
Ah, you are with your friends who are here to investigate if the ship is haunted. He kind of laughs a little bit. And you can see some of the guesses kind of snicker and go, like they're mocking essentially all these rich assholes.
Yeah, we got paid to investigate if a ship is haunted and eat deviled eggs. What the fuck are you doing?
So what knowledge do you have, Miss Tudor?
Marie Antoinette. We're still on that, or have we swapped over to ghosts?
Am I able to like
Marie Antoinette.
subtly?
I mean, Florence probably knows like a pretty decent
Yeah,
amount.
you probably do.
And so she'll go into like some like very like snooty rich person school like lecture type thing.
All right, well then.
Just remind everybody here that they may be rich, but I'm richer.
Well, everyone, I hope you can find your rooms. You each should have been given a room key when you boarded, which you all did.
Okay.
And hopefully none of you are on the lower decks. You remember what happened to the Titanic? Oh, that was not a good joke, everyone. Trying to lighten the tension.
What tension?
He just turns around and walks away.
The captain definitely laughed at the Titanic joke.
But you all have a room key. You all have separate rooms on the ship, by the way.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Out of curiosity, just kind of looking around, does anyone look like they're not doing so well on the ship?
Medicine.
Like health-wise? Yeah.
First aid. And
Okay.
what's happening? Who wants to know their room numbers?
Me does.
I
He
do.
does.
I can't wait to find out we're on the bottom floor.
Right.
All right, Marcel.
That would be so bitchy.
Marcel, your room number is 37.
Okay. Do I know what deck that's on?
You do not currently.
Sick.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry. 37. That is the second deck, so it's still kind of high class-ish a little bit.
Nice.
I
I must seduce some fancy men.
I'm gonna put this in my notes so I remember everyone's floor number. Or room number, rather. Okay. Marcel, second deck, room 37. Florence, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great. You're on the first deck where all the rich people are. Like the richity rich people.
That tracks.
Basically the gala deck. Your room number is 3.
Great.
That'll bring us to John Byrne.
Yes.
You are the lower deck above the engines. So
Oof.
you know the deck where all those people drowned on the Titanic?
Yes.
That's where you are.
Yep.
Your room has 3 digits. So you'd be the 7th deck or something like that. Your room is 666.
Of course it is.
And finally, we have Elizabeth, who they did not know was coming on the ship. You are on the 4th deck. But hey, you're wealthy, but they didn't expect you, so you're on the 4th deck. And your room is... What is it? 313.
All right.
But you're also
Easy to
together.
remember.
You haven't separated. And you can see people kind of like clamoring and then going to find their rooms and like bring all their luggage to their rooms. And eventually it's the 4 of you kind of standing in this foyer.
Ooh.
And there's still like the serving staff walking around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, oh, would you like more deviled eggs? And I have cucumber sandwiches, deviled eggs, meat pies, little miniature meat pies.
Those are definitely what the captain goes for.
And I have champagne.
Yeah, give me a flute, please.
Yeah. Probably get a flute and like,
Okay.
you know, pass
Captain
flutes
doesn't.
out
wouldn't-
to.
The captain won't touch the champagne.
Just like does a little like cheers with Florence. Case number 2.
You think 2 of us will die this time? Case 1, we lost 1. Case 2, we'll lose 2.
Yeah. Now that's all I'm thinking about. Actually, yeah.
Oh, lighten up, Marcel.
Downs
Lighten
it.
up. Ugh. Gently sips it.
Okay. And at this point, the serving staff also kind of wander off to go do their thing. And you can feel the ship bellow its horns, or whatever they bellow, as it leaves the docks and starts sailing down the Thames to leave London towards the ocean to sail to Ireland.
And
Alright, well, I shall go do some schmoozing. Marcel, just make sure my bags are at my room number 3 in the next half hour or so, please. And then she'll head off.
Okay. Marcel, where are you headed off to?
probably honestly to bring the bags up to Mademoiselle's room.
Okay.
Although, are we talking about like, I am going to be on the second deck in room 37. Where will you two be?
I seem to be on the 4th deck, 313.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've had worse accommodations. And what about you, Captain?
Room 666. Right above the engine rooms.
Well, that's not foreboding at all.
It's a.
At least I'll be able to have the sound of the engines rocking me to sleep. It'll be just like the old times.
I will see if there's a couch or something in my room.
Okay, so you're going to your room, Marcel, to see if
That's
there's a couch?
Well, I'm gonna probably like bring Florence's bags first, and then
Okay.
stop off at my room,
Um.
unload my own
Okay.
shit.
So you're gonna head to the first deck right now to drop off Florence's stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
What about John?
John is going to probably spend some time mingling among the crowds.
Okay. And Elizabeth.
After handling her luggage, I think she's gonna be just up on the deck, enjoying the wind through her hair.
Okay. Florence, where do you think you'd go to schmooze it up with people? Where all the rich
Like,
people are at first deck, or
yeah, probably like I don't know what the fuck cruise ship like have, but
me
if
neither.
there's
I'll
like
research
the
it next week.
rich, if there's like a rich person bar,
Oh, there
she'll
definitely,
be
there
at the
definitely
rich,
is.
yeah, she'll be at like the rich person bar, just like chatting, schmoozing, being very charming,
Okay.
and just like really nursing her one glass of champagne. It
Okay.
will also be like,
Oh, it's so warm.
yeah, but she'll also just be like constantly like picking it up and like so that like it kind of looks like she just keeps like getting a new one, you know?
Oh, okay. Um, so where you are, I'd say, is kind of where they have like all these. This looks like it's gonna be where the main wedding reception is, so it's very extravagant, very expensive. There's like gold like everywhere. There's like a gold piano, where someone is playing music. There are people in very expensive clothes, kind of just laughing amongst themselves, drinking, dancing. Um, and someone does walk up to you, and it is the groom who is getting married. And is, oh, I'd just like to tell you how much I appreciate you and your colleagues coming here, Miss Tudor.
Oh, it's our absolute pleasure. And it's Lady Tudor.
Oh,
Thank you.
my apologies.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous still. Weddings are terrifying to plan.
Oh, but so exciting as well, isn't it?
Oh, I'm very excited. The captain, I'm not so sure about. I think we should have hired a better one. But
You know,
hopefully.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
Oh, he's a piece of. He seems like a.
so hard to find good help these days.
Oh, I agree.
Why do I?
My ears
Sorry.
are burning.
But I hope you find everything okay. How are the hors d'oeuvres?
Oh, the double takes are lovely.
Is the champagne all right?
Oh, it's divine. You did a lovely job.
All right. Let my soon to be handled all of that stuff. I'm not. I don't come from super high society like herself. Um. When do you think you and your friends are going to start the investigation, looking for the ghosts and whatnot?
Oh, we've already started. Yes.
Oh, did you find anything?
Not yet. We will keep you posted. No need to be constantly checking
Okay.
or asking if we found anything.
Oh no! I don't plan on it. How are the? Have you looked in your rooms yet? Do any of you have? I hope none of you are on the deck above the engines.
You know, thinking about it now, I have no idea where their rooms are.
Oh. Well, hopefully none of you got that floor. That's the floor they say has the most activity. That's where they found the previous owner of this ship.
Was he the one who got decapitated?
No, he was the one who got exsanguinated.
Horrible fate, really.
And then on the ship's maiden voyage, actually, about 5 years ago, I heard that a lot of people were dancing and they all died while dancing.
Oh, well, make sure I don't dance then,
I think it was in here actually.
Well, this is a lovely room to die in.
Oh, I certainly agree. Well, I hope everything turns out fine and it isn't haunted.
We will let you know.
All right, and he nervously shakes your hand or attempts to, and then walks away.
Strange man, that.
And then Marcel, are you headed to Lady Tudor's
Oh.
room?
Yeah, I don't know, have I dropped off the luggage at Florence's room?
Yeah, are you going inside?
Did she give me like a key so I could go inside?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah,
so you
like
could
so I'll use her
Unpack
key.
for me.
It's
To
a
go
really
inside.
it's a really extravagant room. It's the size of the office in London. Um massive bed, a bar, a fireplace, some books, like bookcases, uh one of those and then like the center of the room. It looks like it's room for one or for a couple.
Yeah.
But in the center of the room is a massive ornate golden clawfoot bathtub.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, like I'll just unpack her stuff a little bit, like the exact like appropriate amount, so I'm not like touching her shit too
And
much.
none of the lights are on in this room currently, and
Okay.
it does look like the ship does run on electricity.
Mm.
Give me a listen check, please.
Ooh, okay, yes, I'm quite good at listen actually. Hang on, let me just find that skill on the list. I mean, I'm not that great. It's a 50, so fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you put the luggage away.
Yeah.
All right, and you leave the room.
Yeah, I'll leave the room, lock it.
Okay, you can see Florence kind of down the hall in this like open area where there's like a huge dance hall. People are
perfect.
passing you, like looking like you don't belong on this deck. Like, oh, do you see how he's dressed?
I'm dressed very well, and I'm also hotter than all of them, so I don't care.
Don't know why you'd bring your help on a cruise, one of them says as they pass.
Marcel doesn't give a shit. He's hotter than all of them. Yeah, so I would just probably give Florence like her key.
Okay.
And try to really sneakily just say like, it appears we will all be very far from each other at night, and the captain is in room 666 above the engine.
Oh, that's lovely. All right, we'll see if you have room in your room for him to lodge with you.
I am going to go check now. I just wanted to give you your key.
Great minds. Thank you so much, Marcel.
Great minds. Worst comes to worst, at least we have Sly's cocaine cigarettes.
Yes, best comes to best, or perhaps best comes to best.
Respectful bow, and yeah, I'll just go back to my room and like
Okay.
put my stuff away and just see what it is.
Not as nice as Florence's room,
Cool.
and it's definitely smaller. A nice bed still. Another clawfoot bathtub as well. Not made of gold though, just straight porcelain. It looks like it has a little bit of grime, but like it's maintained and cleaned, just for like a little smidge of grime under the taps.
Yuck.
No chandeliers, but little like sconces and a small bar that has maybe like one bottle of whiskey and a bottle of brandy in it.
Is there any like sitting room area or any like a couch?
There's a red suede armchair near the bar.
Captain loves an armchair.
Captain loves an armchair.
Captain loves an armchair. Okay.
I need to
Cool.
listen. I need a listen check though while you're in your room now.
Okay, hopefully I get this one. I want to hear stuff. Shit, no, that's really bad. That's a 67.
Okay, you just hear the clamoring of people moving around the various decks. All right, John, what are you doing?
Probably getting to know the lower class individuals.
Okay.
He's definitely in his retired captain suit, so he looks a little more formal.
Okay. Lots of other sailors down here. You get the sense it's not just family and friends who've invited to this wedding. It's just people they want to just be there to witness the spectacle. Essentially, they're those kind of people. And yeah, just a lot of people with families and kids down here. The sound of the engines are very noticeable. It kind of makes the walls rattle once in a while.
That doesn't bother him at all. Feels like he's back in the water again during the war.
It does smell down here a little bit. The floors are kind of wet a little bit. And the walls are definitely water stained. And there's like not imprinted, but like there's grease stains on the floor where engine workers have probably like walked down these halls to get to the engine room. And they're kind of just like boot prints in the halls. But everyone down here is super friendly. They nod when they see you. They wave when they see you. Because, you know, you're all in the same sort of situation. No one's better than anyone down here, essentially. Some kids, like, look at you and go, "Oh, ha, nice clothes. Nice uniform. My dad had one." And then kind of just scurries off.
He's just, as he makes his way through the people, I think he's paying attention for any rumors of any issues that people have noticed coming aboard the ship.
Nothing in particular. You do hear voices talking about the person who fell off of the boarding ramp and hit their head on the side of the boardwalk. And they did in fact die. But the person handling everything, the security to get onto the boat, lied about that. Oh, did you hear Tommy fell off the ship? Yeah, he hit his head.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, it was my friend.
Oh.
It's a little kid. It's a little kid telling you this story. So you assume it was a little kid who slipped on the boardwalk and died.
Oh.
But yeah, you don't really hear anything else while you're walking around down here. Are you headed to your room? Where are you headed?
Yeah, after he's done going around, he's gonna head to his room just to check out.
Alright, single wooden table with a stool in front of it, and 4 kind of hammocks-ish hanging off of the walls.
Alright. He's gonna pick a lower one.
Alright, listen check as you come into your room, please.
That is a fail.
Okay, you just hear the rumbling of the engine. Alright, and Elizabeth.
Yeah, we don't hear shit.
He's gonna set himself up.
Okay.
And he's gonna probably crack open a book.
Alright, that'll bring us to Elizabeth then.
Right. Yeah, Elizabeth is just gonna find a room, set her stuff down, with the aim of just getting it up to the deck.
Okay.
So yeah, she'll go to her room first.
Alright, so it's a single bed. Basic looking. The room is very basic looking. The walls have no wallpaper on them. It's just kind of bare white walls. A bed, a table with a stool. No bars or anything, but you at least have a bed. And a carpeted floor. John, your floor is just bare, kind of wood. But Elizabeth, as you come into your room, I need a listen check from you as well.
Right.
Come on.
Listen. Listen. We'll see. That's a fail.
All right.
Close though.
You don't hear anything. Just whispers and voices of people milling around outside. And as you all kind of get set up in your rooms, Florence, you're in the big old gallery hall, essentially. All of the lights on the ship blink out simultaneously, and there is a blood-curdling scream that echoes out from the deck from the room that Florence is in.
Ooh. Nice.
She just kind of like pats her leg to make sure her trusty knife thigh holster is still there, and she's got her knife.
It is, yeah. You can hear people panicking, going, "What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that?"
Do I hear this?
Oh yeah.
I'd be booking it towards Florence's room.
Do all of us hear?
Yep.
Okay.
If we all hear it.
Yeah,
everyone hears it.
Elizabeth is booking it as well.
But
All right, everybody, if we could just remain calm, and everything will be sorted out in a moment. Stop pushing me. Everything's fine.
Don't tell me what to do. I have more money than you.
No, you don't.
That is highly suspect, monsieur.
And you hear wet, like pulling sounds, like something's being stretched.
Can I head towards the pulling sounds?
You can. No one else is there. All the other rich people are kind of like huddling in like their own little area.
Yep, I'm going to confidently stride forward.
All right, it gets louder and louder as you're approaching, and you can hear what also sounds like chains being pulled as well, like the sound of chains dragging on the ground.
That'd be a great time to have Marcel's cane.
And you the sound does lead you over to where that piano is, that golden piano, and you hear like a droplet, like splashing onto the keys of the piano. Just.
And the lights are all still out?
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna bloody touch it, am I? Alright, I'm just gonna stand by the piano and wait for Marcel to show up with a light.
Something wet hits you on the cheek.
Oh, I fucking hate
And
this
I thought you
place.
said you brought your flashlight.
You did. You
Yeah,
did.
but I don't think it's like
Oh.
genuinely on me. I think it's
Okay,
probably
okay.
like with my bags.
But yeah, you feel like something wet.
I probably put it on your nightstand.
Something wet.
But it's on my nightstand.
Something. Yeah. Florence isn't out of the room yet.
Convenient.
Something wet hits your cheek and it starts to like dribble down.
Oof, that was me last time.
I'm gonna just wipe it enough to make sure its track doesn't go into my mouth,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take like 2 to 3 steps sideways away from that spot
Okay.
and just let it like the just the most defeated sigh, you know, just like.
The captain is gonna show up and light a lighter.
Doesn't reveal much.
Yeah, wait, how'd you get there before me, though?
Yeah, Marcel, you'd get there first. So Marcel.
Yeah.
I'm closest. Yeah, no, probably would grab the flashlight that I know where I left it and illuminate some shit.
All right, so you come running in. You see Florence kind of sitting near a piano. All the other rich, snooty people are kind of huddled in a crowd together, all like panicking, going, oh, 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 like the over dramatic thing that, rich snobs do.
This is why we made the guillotine. Okay.
And what are you doing? You see,
Yeah, try to shed some light on the sitch with.
all right, so
Oh, finally, Marcel, you're here. What's this on my cheek?
As are the guests' blood.
it looks like water.
No, it's just water.
Oh, that's lovely. What a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
surprise. Everything's really starting to go our way now.
Yeah, I thought it.
And you can kind of smell you can kind of smell like the ocean air on it.
Hmm.
This
It is-
isn't like an outdoor deck. You are inside, so there shouldn't be a smell of ocean air in here right now.
It is ocean water. Yeah. Was that you who screamed?
Actually, it wasn't me this time.
Oh,
Is everybody accounted for?
no, not at all. We've all been completely split up.
Oh, sorry, no, I was talking to the room.
I can't find my fiance. You can hear the bride kind of like, "Where's my fiance?"
Oh crap.
I don't know.
The lights are still off.
Yeah.
Can I use a flashlight to see anything in the room? Is there anything?
Pointed up to the roof.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
So
any.
you're sitting by the
weird
piano with
thing?
Florence. And you kind of aim the light up, and as the light up, you sort of slowly lift the flashlight up. You can see feet dangling about 20 feet above the piano, and then you continue up, and the corpse of the groom that Florence had just talked to is hanging from the ceiling by piano wire around the neck.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And ocean water just kind of trickling out of the mouth, constantly just...
Did it sound like the groom who screamed, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, the piano wire snaps, and the body just falls on top of the piano with a loud dong. And the bride screams, everyone screams, and run out of the room.
Yes, good riddance. Get out of here.
And more ocean water is just like pouring out of the groom's mouth.
This sounds like the perfect test run for Miss Hadley.
Can I like get the piano wire like off his throat at all?
Yeah, you can.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Like while I wait for everyone else to show up, assuming they all heard the scream, it was so loud and piercing.
Yeah.
At this point,
Supernaturally so.
Elizabeth would be the next one to come in.
I hate bloody stairs. Okay. What's going on? Who screamed?
The groom, apparently. If you could take a look at him.
Right. Doctor's kit ready. And she'll go over to the groom.
Okay. Very pale. Again, ocean water pouring out of the mouth. Give me a spot hidden check first, please. As you
Okay.
examine... Actually, no. Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say.
I was gonna say, like,
Medicine,
you need
actually
any help?
quite
I'm
good
pretty
at this.
Spotting hidden.
That is a success.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Looks like he's been drained of all of his blood. There's no blood anywhere. Even, like, based on how he was found, you think, why aren't his eyes bloodshot? They should be bloodshot. He was hanged. And even where the piano wire, like, dug into the flesh, there's no blood. But on the neck, there is a mark. And, you know, the talk of vampires earlier made you think, okay, maybe. But there's no puncture wounds on this neck. Or at least there's not 2 puncture wounds. There's multiple in a circular pattern. If you want to figure out what made those bites, they kind of look like sucking lesion-like holes
Oh, like a nasty little lamprey.
underneath the collar of the band's
Like a
tuxedo.
disgusting, horrible.
If you kind of want to, if you
Cthulhu.
want to figure out what kind of maybe made that bite, I would need a natural world check.
Could I convince you that it might be a science biology check?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
So you can put a check mark beside your medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fail, unfortunately.
You have no idea what left it. But they have been drained of all of their blood.
Well,
And and the mouth opens, like, and the water flow stops, and a tentacle lashes out of the mouth and wraps around Elizabeth's
Lash at the tentacle.
throat and starts to choke her. And that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Oh!
wait!
Cool.
I just made this character, dude.
You're the one that got close and it's poking around, so...
That's true. That's true.
There's no one to blame but yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
This
The
is a
fate of the
big
doctor.
ship.
At least she's not wearing a red shirt.
There you go. Positive side.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to say to the groom, like, why are you getting married in that red suit? Like, what are you thinking?
But yeah, I'm gonna get a map for the ship next week for exploration purposes, and see if y'all can solve this case.
We're gonna have some fun.
Or die trying.
That's also true. But we'll be back here next week for the continuation of Call of Cthulhu. Who knows what'll happen next week?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 people will die, like Kirkland said. So
You predicted it.
It did.
You
It
did.
would. It would be funny if just everyone died. And
We just
Mhm.
call it Cthulhu. That's kind of the
Yeah.
expectation.
and John
No,
is
we could all die.
yeah
Theoretically.
All squish.
open ocean
Yeah.
too.
Do any of you know how to swim?
I think we have like a base of 20.
Yeah.
Like, you just like get it. And so like that's what I have.
Okay.
I have 60.
Oh, nice. That's
Makes
so
sense.
good.
But
All the captain's stuff is very nautical, so I've
Yeah.
at least set him up that if anything happens on the sea,
Nice.
good night, everybody,
Good
night.
night.
and we'll see you all later.
have a good night.
Yeah.